Chapter 97. Faria had a very indifferent expression on her face as they sat in the car. For her, the fact that there was such a useless scumbag in her family was extremely frustrating. Moreover, what was even more vexing was the fact that Uncle Tony had tried to set her up in front of so many outsiders. If he had fooled her into giving him the money today, Uncle Tony would have escaped with all that money. Faria would have been really embarrassed if she had discovered the fact that she had been cheated only after losing a vast fortune that belonged to the Adair family. Fortunately, Alex was present at that time and had saved her, helping her avoid losing her family fortune. Faria took out a bank card from the glove box in her car before she handed it over to Alex. "Mr. Anderson, there is about $2 million in this card. The passcode is 5 zeros. Please accept this as a form of my gratitude." Faria could not help but sigh as she spoke. Why had Alex chosen to join such a small family when he seemed to be so professional and skillful? If he had come out and started his own antique appraisal business, he would have been able to create a massive career for himself after a few years. Alex hesitated for a moment as he looked at the bank card in her hand. $2 million was not a small amount, but it was nothing to the Adair family. At first, Alex had no care for the $2 million at all. After all, he had more than $9.5 billion in his own bank card, so to him, $2 million was just a drop in a bucket of water. What was the point of accepting it? However, when he thought about it, he was just not a trillionaire. He was merely the son-in-law of the Richard family. He was simply someone's son-in-law. If he turned down the offer of $2 million as a reward, this would definitely seem suspicious to Faria. Hence, Alex took the bank card from her and said, "Thank you, Miss Adair." Faria smiled before she replied, "Mr. Anderson, you are way too polite." After speaking, Faria asked again, "Where are you heading to, Mr. Anderson?" Alex smiled as he replied, "Can you drop me off at the vegetable market? I have to buy some vegetables so that I can go home and cook." Faria was stunned upon hearing his reply and could not stop herself from asking, "I have heard about you in the past, but Mr. Anderson, in my honest opinion, you have a very good set of skills that you should put to good use. There is no need for you to be a stay-home son-in-law. Why don't you come and work for me instead? I promise to give you a basic salary of $3 million a year. What do you think of my offer?" Alex quickly waved his hand as he smiled and said, "I am already used to living like this." Faria was startled at his reply, but she could only sigh in response. It seemed as though the rumors were true. She had already heard the rumors stating that Alex was a son-in-law who lived off his wife. In the past, Faria used to think that this was simply a rumor. She had initially thought that he had not been given the opportunity to prove himself. However, now, she finally understood that Alex was the one who chose to waste his life away, and she found this truly unacceptable. Therefore, her attitude and impression of Alex changed immediately. Alex knew that she would definitely look down on him. However, that would be best for him. In fact, it would be better if everyone around him had the wrong impression of him. That way, he would be the one to have the last laugh in the end. When they finally arrived at the vegetable market, Alex got out of the car after bidding farewell to Faria. After that, he bought some vegetables before heading home. As soon as he stepped into the house, Alex could hear the old man laughing wildly as he shouted out loud, "Ha ha! Come and look at what I found." At this time, Emma had already gotten off work, and she was sitting on the sofa while reading some documents. She turned around to look at her father as soon as she heard Trump shouting, "Dad, you almost scared me to death. Hurry up and take a look at this." Trump did not notice the expression on Emma's face at all. Instead, he held out a pair of palm-sized celadon cups, as though he was trying to show them off. "These are the blue and white celadon cups that I found in the old market today. I heard that they found it in the late emperor's coffin and it is worth more than $500,000. More than $500,000, Emma stood up as she blurted out immediately. Dad, where did you get so much money? Chapter